Show us this so-called evidence. Yeah. What do you think proves yeah?
Take that!
Take that! Espella, can you hear me? Yes? Where you're standing now is the same spot from where you saw this fire dragon, right? Yes, that's right. This fretwork here is the same as what I saw that day. When I look at it now, it seems so small, even adorable. Defense! What does this have to do with anything? As you will no doubt recall, Mr. Cannabella told us that people who drink the groundwater here suffer from a certain condition. A condition where they fall unconscious the moment they hear the sound of pure silver. After the bell sounded, you recovered consciousness sooner than Espella, right? You ran to her side and shook her awake. As soon as she opened her eyes, she saw the fire dragon. In other words, if it was Espella who rang the bell, that would mean the device for ringing the bell must be very close to the fretwork of the dragon. Espella! Can you please check that for me? Check what? Check what, Mr. Wright? I couldn't hear you talking idly to Darklaw over there. Check if the contraption is near that fretwork. Oh, okay. See if the contraption is located near the dragon fretwork. Yes, I heard you the first time. Just do it! Okay. Give me a minute. Okay. Mr. Wright! Espella! Did you find it? I don't know if it's the right thing, but there's something on the other side of the belfry. A contraption with a handle. What? On the other side? That's right. I figured there was something weird when we went up the bell tower, but I couldn't put my finger on it. No way! You see where I'm going with this, don't you, Miss Belduke? If it was Espella who rang the bell, there's no way she could have seen the fire dragon when she woke up! Ah! No! This can't be right! An excellent deduction, Mr. Wright. Miss Darklaw. It seems that everything is now clear as day. What do you mean? Why, of course. I mean the answer to the question of who rang the bell. It was her. It had to be her. What do you say, Mr. Wright? It looks like we've arrived at the same conclusion. We now know that only one person could have done it. Yes. Wait! What good will saying it out loud do? Is there a problem, Mr. Catabella? It wasn't your daughter who rang that bell. Should that not lift some burden off your shoulders? Are you not curious to know the name of the true culprit who has pinned the blame on your daughter all this time? Ugh. How about you stop taunting us? Just say the name already! Scratch! Who is this true true culprit! Let's do it, Professor. Are you ready? I am always ready, Mr. Wright. It's time to set things straight. The person who rang the bell is... obviously, the only person that could have done it is... the vigilantes, of course! They were the ones that did it! Have a look! Hold it! Hold it! Wait a second, Professor! What? Did they even exist back then? You know... how can I put this in an inoffensive way? I don't think those were the guys that actually did it. Of course it wasn't those guys. What do you think I am? Saying the true culprit? I wanted to use a little joke. Wait. What? There's no way it would have been them. I am well aware of that. But then... why'd you say their name? Mr. Wright, I was merely practicing my enunciation. What? What kind of excuse is that? The professor is one cool customer, Nick, and he's never wrong either. Why does it feel like I'm the one who made a mistake? In any case, I'd say we should announce the real culprit's name now. I did that on the true playthrough, though, because I really wanted to do it. How about you just stop taunting and joking with us? Just say the name already! Scratch! Who is this true culprit? Let's do it, Professor. For real this time. Are you ready now, Professor? Is your enunciation being done now? Of course it is, Mr. Wright. I am always ready. It's time to set things straight. The person who rang the bell is... well, it was Eve, obviously. What? The name's Eve right there. Starklaw. Yeah! It's you! Eve Belduke. Me? But... there were only 2 of you in the belfry at the time. You know that better than anyone else. And as it wasn't Espera who rang the bell, it had to be you. That's preposterous. It can't be true. It was an extremely traumatizing event for both Espera and you. Your friend's memories were altered from the shock without her even realizing it. She believed she was a witch who rang the bell and summoned a dragon which incinerated the town. However, Miss Belduke, Espera wasn't the only one whose memories were warped by the horrors you two witnessed. You were affected as well!
No. It wasn't me. Espera, she rang the bell. It was her, not me. But why? What are these flashbacks? I've never had these before.
What's the matter? I don't want to do this now. We'll be taken over by Bizella. Bizella is just a fairy tale. And you're the one who said you wanted to come and ring the bell. I did, but I changed my mind. Hey? After coming all this way? Oh. Hmm?
That nightmare was too much for two young girls to take in. Your young minds needed to protect themselves. That's why you subconsciously repressed those memories.
Then, if that's true, for the past 10 years, I've been pinning the blame for what I've done on Isabella. It can't be. It can't be true. It's impossible!
Ah!
Darklaw's just disappeared!
She's donned the invisibility robe.
High Inquisitor Darklaw! She's now run away! What? Did you hear that? It was her that once destroyed this town! Our lives have already been messed up so much! We don't need this now! She's got to pay for her what she did! Capture her! Oh.
Nick, look at the bell tower! Isabela's gone!
No! She's on the roof!
Oh boy.
I beg you, don't blame Eve. It really doesn't matter anymore who rang the accursed bell. This town was all created for me. It's my fault you've all been used and suffered so much.
Man, between Darklaw pretty much feeling horrible about herself and Isabella feeling horrible about herself, it's just a whole big horrible feeling for yourself party going on here.
Isabella, what are you saying? Please come down right now. You haven't done anything wrong. It was all my fault.
And then let's add in the storyteller for the guy, for someone else feeling horrible about themselves.
Dad, I know that you did this for me. You've been so kind to me. And what did I do? I selfishly ran away from home.
Isabella.
I will finish your story for you.
Don't like the sound of that.
The evil witch will be gone forever, and everyone will live happily ever after. Dad, thank you for everything you've done for me.
Wait! Don't do it, Espella!
What are you...
Isn't that Darklaw?
But why, Eve? Why would you? I finally remembered everything I've done. You're not the only one who remembered. You still have the pendant.
Yes, of course. That's because somehow I always knew it was important to me.
Espella,
You kept your pendant as well, didn't you, Eve?
for some reason, I just couldn't let it go.
Espella! Miss Darklaw!
Quick, they'll fall if we don't do something.
Let's go. We have to save them.
No, you won't make it there in time.
Why?
The wooden handrail Eve's holding onto is rotted through. We need some sort of magic to save them.
No way!
Magic, you say?
Got an idea, Professor?
If a bit of magic is all that's needed to save these two young ladies, then perhaps that is something I can arrange.
What? You can?
You have to let go, otherwise you'll fall too.
Professor?
What's going on here? Anyone? Professor? You're a sorcerer! Now you're an archaeological, puzzle-solving, gentlemanly sorcerer! Yeah, that's right, Maya. You keep telling yourself that. No, Miss Fey, we have already established that magic doesn't exist, even in this town. Even though I just made a dramatic talk at saying, a little magic, you say? I think I can summon that, or something like that. But then, how did you just do that? What you have just seen was the last and greatest illusion within Labyrinthia. Huh? An illusion? Magic is but an illusion, and this illusion has been produced through the power of suggestion and Labyrum's medication. Everyone in Labyrinthia has been put under this particular magic spell. Now then, shall we break the spell? Magic is the last mystery to be solved. You see through all my tricks, Layton. I wouldn't have done it without the vital hint you gave me when we spoke in your tower. The final spell is concealed at the start. Okay, so what does that exactly mean? As you know, all the spells are listed within this book. Right, the Grand Grimoire! Now, what did Mr. Cantabella mean by the start? The front cover? Precisely, Mr. Wright. The final spell shall dispel the illusion. The correct incantation is hidden on the front cover itself.
Well then, Mr. Wright. This is the final puzzle. Soon, a new day will begin for the townspeople. Let us put an end to this illusion, once and for all.
Yeah!
That yeah is still as anti-climatic sounding as ever. It's like, let us put an end to this magic. Yeah. Where's your sense of enthusiasm, Phoenix? Should have been like, yeah! Yeah! Yeah. So, the final spell. This puzzle is worth 90 pickerats. But it's not as hard as you think. Hidden on the cover of the Grand Grimoire are the characters that spell out the true magical incantation. Select the characters on the touchscreen and slide them over their counterparts on the tome's cover to make them vanish. The final finale approaches. Remove the extra magical characters from the Grand Grimoire's cover to reveal the hidden incantation. Touch the character on the touchscreen. I'm not going to read all this, because that takes away from the dramaticness. Try to match the character, counterpart. Some characters come in all sizes. And find all the hidden characters to reveal the incantation. So now, let us begin. Now, I went in a certain order because I went by what I saw. So first, let's go with the E. And next, let's go with the S. And now let us go with U. Now this character right here is really hidden. Like, it's a lot more dull than the other characters, which I kind of find that funny. You see this anywhere? It's hidden right here very fadely. Really hidden. Really kind of hidden, I should say. Give me that, give me this. Also put that in there. You. And then finally, you.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
Yeah!
No objections.
No objections. Case closed.
The sun is rising, and when it does, its light will reveal the truth behind Labyrinthia's mysteries.
Now, Professor?
Yes. Shall we, Mr. Wright?
So this is the real magic behind Labyrinthia.
Excellent work, my boy.
Huh? Hey, it's Luke!
a second. The town's full of machinery?
So much for magic. It was all done with these machines.
That's right. With magic, witches can fly, buildings can disappear. Those are no easy feats to stage. To make all those incredible things real, we needed a great deal of machinery.
Couldn't he have just, I don't know, made the magic a bit simpler?
A witch would say the incantation, and shades would stop time with their silver bells.
And they'd go wild with these machines, making all sorts of crazy stuff happen. That's so cool. I'd love to try it.
I took a quick crash course before operating the machines. Not bad, hey?
That would explain where Luke's been for the past how long? And, also, if you notice, whenever, the cutscene plays out, when they start floating in the air, I didn't notice it because I hadn't played it once already, but you notice Luke disappears at that time, too.
Yes, Luke. What would we do without you?
So when's my turn? I want to pick something up off the ground and make it fly through the air.
I wish you'd stop looking at me when you say that, Maya.
Well, in any case, I think we should head back to the courthouse.
Right you are, Professor. The judge might have fallen asleep waiting for us.
The sun has risen above Labyrinthia, and has shown us our town's true form. Well, I really don't think there's any need for a verdict anymore. The witches on trial weren't witches after all. I am deeply relieved that those I have sentenced are still alive and well. At last, I can step down from this seat with a clear conscience. And now, the final verdict in the last witches' court session ever to be held.
Party time! Where's the confetti coming from? Do these machines have confetti inside of them or something? Because there's sky above us. Why is there confetti? Well, before I continue on with the dialogue, let me also point out one thing. If you notice during that cutscene when it's discovered that Luke's operating the machinery and stuff, it makes noise. How did nobody hear the noise that the machines were making for floating and stuff? Like, that kinda just makes me go, like, there's just so many plot holes between the whole bell tower never being stepped on ground or whatever before it was revealed, as well as machinery making noise whenever it's not disappeared anymore, but it somehow doesn't make noise when it is in a disappeared state. And also the fact that nobody saw Luke floating because obviously he was operating it without a cloak. Thanks for the help, Professor, though. The feeling is mutual, Mr. Wright. A gentleman always fights for the truth. I could not have done otherwise. I'd like to congratulate the two of you. You both did splendidly in the court. Oh, it's the judge! You've brought to light the truth about this town. Although, I still find it astonishing that we could not see all of this. I cannot even begin to imagine how it was achieved, such as that noise that the machines also make. You were all given a very simple instruction when you were hypnotized. You could not hear machinery be made either. You cannot see pure black also. And that's actually the only thing that they were given. So it's like, how did they still not hear it, obviously? That was sufficient. How was not hearing something sufficient? Plus, pure black? Isn't, like, Phoenix's hair black? Oh, now I see. These strange contraptions are made from some sort of black metal. Wait just a second! There are plenty of black objects all around Labyrinthia, aren't there? Yeah, that's right! My hair's charcoal black too! Ah, but it is not pure black. What? What we often perceive as the color black is in fact far from being pure black. Our brains interpret reflections of light as colors. Objects which reflect even the smallest amount of light are not pure black. Like, look at Miss Faye's hair. You see how there's a shine on it? That is not pure black. See how those machines in the background reflect no shine on it whatsoever? That is pure black. Pure black is only encountered within nature as darkness. Darkness, sir? The machines used in Labyrinthia are coated in a special material developed by Labyrum Incorporated. So now not only is Labyrum Incorporated known for making an anesthetic and hypnotizing people, but they make pure darkness paint. That doesn't sound shady. Shady at all, and evil. It absorbs light without reflecting any. It is the only material that can be said to be pure black. Oh, I bet this invisibility robe is also made of that same material, right? He did it at least one time during that one cutscene, like when they were talking too. That's correct. And of course, the bell tower was concealed using the very same material as well. When you think about it, this town abounds in all things invisible. Huh? Miss Darklaw, or should I say, Miss Belduke? Yes? I still think her clothes look different right here. I didn't even notice I didn't even try noticing the change, but it might just be because, like I said before in the other recording session, because she's facing this way instead of this way, because she's usually always facing this way. For 10 long years, your memories had been suppressed. The truth about what occurred in the belfry was invisible to me, you mean? Mr. Cantabella and your father knew it all along. Twist! They knew who actually rang the bell. What? Did they really? Is that true, Cantabella? As we have demonstrated, it was easy to deduce from the situation in the belfry. But if he knew that all along, why didn't he say something? Well, something that I pointed out before, I'll point it out again, in the other recording. Reason why, you have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old. The 6-year-old is going through heavy trauma, making her think that she is Bezella and a witch, and pretty much has a mind-breaking experience that is really horrible for a child to be like. They're so freaking traumatized by it. And then we have an 8-year-old that just doesn't know that they actually did it. So imagine if an 8-year-old was like said that they didn't know or that they actually did it. Like the fathers knew that they did it and they were to blame, and even though they thought that they didn't actually did it because the memory was erased. So yeah, then they would not only have one very hugely traumatized daughter, but they'd have 2 traumatized children that they'd have to take care of and try to heal with time, pretty much, and that would not be a good thing to have. It was, of course, for your own good. Exactly.
Don't be angry at her!
You were trying to pin the blame for that disaster on Espella. Yes, I was. But if you knew that, why did you keep quiet about it? If you had only scolded me back then for lying, maybe Espella wouldn't have suffered such trauma. It was your eyes, Eve. What? Your eyes weren't those of a liar. You believed in what you said. You truly thought it was Espella. What you saw was too much for you to bear. Your mind blocked out the real memory of what happened in order to maintain your own sanity. Had I called you a liar then, you would have probably suffered a mental breakdown. Considering you were 8 too. Mr. Cantabella and your father created this town. You were mistaken in thinking it was purely for Espella's sake. It was also for you, Miss Belduke. Remember what your father wrote in his suicide note.
I have only 2 concerns. The first is my daughter. It pains me to be leaving her alone in this world, although she probably doesn't think of me as her father.
I had an argument with my father once. He was always thinking about only the town, and paid no attention to me. So you moved out, and broke off contact with him. But you were wrong about your father. Not a single day passed without him thinking about you. He helped to make the story I was weaving a reality for your sake. I've been so ignorant. I was so convinced Father was driven to suicide by you. Your father couldn't bear the sense of guilt he had accumulated over the past 10 years. Even though he killed himself in the end, I believe you were always the most important person to him. Yes, Isabella? You seem kinda lost or something.
Eve? Isabella. Isabella, what I did to you is unforgivable. I rewrote your story, putting you through all this. I can't believe I went to such an extreme because of one wrong assumption.
No, it's okay, Eve. I wasn't angry.
You weren't?
Happy
You've always
music!
been on my side, protecting me. And even today, you saved my life.
Isabella.
I also owe you an apology. After all, I forgot about my dearest friend. I'm so sorry, Eve.
Not you, Eve, the other Eve.
Ah, there you are, Eve. Where were you?
Your cat's called Eve.
You know what I've just noticed?
That she never knew your cat's named Eve, even though she's probably seen that cat for how long?
You two are very much alike. You and Eve the cat.
Oh boy.
What? It's all in your head.
Oh boy.
It looks like Eve has taken a liking to the other Eve.
Where's my blue text, oh boy?
You've got that right, and the similarity is really striking.
Oh dear.
Close enough. And I actually made that joke in the original, so don't say, you knew that was coming, Luke!
My accidental guests, Professor Layton and Mr. Wright.
Yes?
I must say, I am indebted to you.
Really? Does that mean you'll give us some money for the troubles and so Phoenix doesn't have to go bankrupt because it seems like he's always got a money problem in the games?
Don't mention it.
Oh, don't be like that, Phoenix.
You know, when I started planning my revenge 3 months ago, Mr. Layton was a part of my plans. I needed to lure him to Labyrinthia.
Well, that explains things like that, I guess.
Why me?
You were famous in London, and word of your skills reached me even here. What's more, you specialize in mysteries. So I thought that if you came to this town, you'd feel compelled to solve ours.
Well, I am honored.
That's cool. And what about me?
Yes, what about Phoenix?
Well, about you. How should I put it?
Yeah? Yeah? I'm like the most... He's like the most awesome guy ever, isn't he?
Your arrival here was purely accidental.
You mean it wasn't planned?
As you know, Isabella escaped and got involved in that incident on the freighter.
Yeah? Yeah, and?
As a consequence, I had no choice but to bring you here.
I see. I shouldn't have asked. My fragile pride suffered yet another blow.
Oh jeez, Phoenix, you have such horrible voice acting during that. You sound like... You sound like that guy from... Oh, I forgot the name of that game. It's for like PS2, and I think it's for PS3 and Xbox 360 now. It was a director's cut. It's the one where you play as a cop and you have like a multiple personality called Zack or whatever. He sounds like that guy. That's That's what he sounds like. I can't remember the name of that guy, though. Trying to figure out the mystery behind the raincoat guy or whatever. Yeah. I'm pretty sure some people would realize what game I'm talking about. But either way, funny thing is because, in my honest opinion, if she wouldn't have brought Phoenix around, then a lot of the her plans wouldn't have been foiled per se, because while Professor Layton did figure out some stuff, he was out discovering what was in that tower while Phoenix was still actually trying to defend and wait out the trial. So because of Phoenix, her plans actually did get foiled, but for the good. So Phoenix was actually really someone that was like really needed for the plan to fail, but for the good instead of succeed for the bad.
Nick, you can't escape your fate.
Poor Phoenix, though, always getting lifted up and then brought down. The only time he's ever had a bone thrown at him was during that trial where I made Professor Layton mess up, or during the trial where Professor Layton messed up, so I had to do it for him. He needed that little oomph to make him feel like he was the best guy ever.
You're doomed to always find trouble if it doesn't find you first.
Jeez, man, just rub it in more.
How about some words of sympathy for a change?
Seriously.
I am terribly sorry. The only thing on my mind the last 3 months was revenge.
Whatever your intentions were, the last witch trial has ended in the best possible way for this town.
Yep. Thanks, Phoenix.
You were correct in your judgment. You always are.
You're too kind to me.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Eve, for opening my eyes.
Sorry to break up this little happy ending, but I've sort of got an important question. Why were you going to end the story?
Yeah, that's something that I was asking for how long, and at this point, I was still at this point kind of like, did the government really stop funding it because they found out it was for your daughter or something? It's like, what? Why were you ending the story exactly? Silence. That's not good. I want happy music back.
Only Newton knew the real reason. I am suffering from an incurable illness.
What?
Way to bring that bombshell in at the last moment.
Dad, you're ill. Is it serious?
It is a rare disease with no known cure.
Why didn't you tell me? Had I known...
I wanted this to be my secret. I suppose that was a bad decision on my part. I thought I'd finish the story before I died and lay the foundations for a new world. Honestly, I was desperate. I didn't much care about Labyrinthia anymore.
Dad, why did it have to happen to you? Especially now that we're finally back together.
Cheer up, Espella.
How can I?
Labrylum's new drug development center contacted me a short while ago.
They have succeeded in creating a new medicine, thanks to Belduke's research. It's a top-secret wonder drug for my illness.
So wait, you just told me... You just said out loud that it was incurable, but now you have... you should have said... You should have mentioned that, like, before you made everyone sad. Now you sound like a jerk storyteller.
A wonder drug?
Newton had been working on finding a cure for my illness until the very end. It would seem that the cure was his final gift to me.
My father.
Newton was the truest friend I ever had. I'm going to undergo surgery. Do not fear. I shall return.
Wait, you said this was a drug. When did surgery happen? A drug does not mean surgery, really.
So stop making that sad face, Espella.
Dad, will everything be back to how it once was?
Of course it will.
And Eve, will you still be my friend?
Of course.
Thank you.
This looks like something that would happen at the very end of Fire Emblem. Someone's gonna say something about Fire Emblem now that I made that mention. I'm going to drop by Mrs. Eclair's bakery. I've got so much to tell her. Do you mind if I go, Dad? It won't take long. Of course not. Please do. Looks like Eve wants to come too. What? Oh, you meant the cat. Yeah, that's gonna be confusing for you. Espella, mind if we tag along? Not at all. You're welcome to come. Awesome! Maybe we'll get some tasty baked bread out of this. I thought we were going there for a different reason. Well, anyway, I'll be off then, Professor. Pass on my regards to Mrs. Eclair, Luke. Who has, like, hardly been here for the past chapter or so. So, what's going to happen to the town? I've released everyone from hypnosis. They will soon recover their memories of their lives before Labyrinthia. As of today, Project Labyrinthia is over. So did the government stop funding the town, I guess? Was I right? I think it was because Belduke committed suicide too. They don't actually explain it, but since it's all of a sudden, it seems like that would be the reason. It was 3 months ago. Ah, I see. They are free to leave if they so wish. I imagine they will make a run for it. That sounds so out of character for the storyteller to say, but so funny to hear him say. This place will turn into uninhabited ruins, just like it was 10 years ago.
I have some doubts about that.
Your Honor!
This is the judge's theme for this game, by the way.
now understand that this town is an artificial creation of yours.
I love how he can be so confused sometimes, but then he can use big words like artificial. Which is more of an advanced word from... You don't hear artificial that much from the past, like, that this town was created as of.
Nonetheless, to us Labyrinthians, the past 10 years were real.
No one can yet tell how this town will change. However, it is possible that some people will want to stay. Who knows? Perhaps you'll find yourself creating a new town along with them.
A new town, you say?
I am no longer the judge, but, if possible...
Oh, you probably could still be the judge. I mean, your name's Judge, after all.
I would like to remain here.
As a judge?
You have my gratitude, Your Honor.
Just find it funny how two people with two different titles are conversing with one another.
You need not address me as Your Honor anymore, Sir Storyteller.
And that's why people with that go by titles are funny to chat amongst each other with.
And so, the last witch trial has drawn to a close.
Phoenix always ending with this little tiny monologue at the end of a story.
What did Mr. Wright, Mr. Layton, and my father talk about? That I do not know. But Dad made a promise to me. Once everyone recovers their memories and he is cured of his illness, he will return to write a new story with everyone's help. This time, the story will be real without any lies or illusions.
The lag is horrible.
What a beautiful sound.
Almost as if it's ringing in a new beginning for the town.
Thank you, Eve.
Okay then. Whenever you are ready, Mr. Barnum.
Thank you all so much for everything!
Espella, you take care now.
You too, Mr. Cantabella. Bye!
Be sure to visit us again!
You can bet on it!
I wish all of you the very best. Mr. Wright, I knew I could count on you to stand your ground and fight me to the very end.
Me too. I always believed in you, Professor. And I know it's why we managed to get to the mysterious truth behind this town.
When we get back to England, we'll drop by and see you, Luke.
Great! I'll show you around London.
Well, that was the game. There's actually a little more after this credit, I believe, but I'll just say right now, I tried saying everything that I did in the original thing, or the original recording, but, one thing that I did not do was, if you notice Barnum there, speaking of what I was about to say, after the not guilty verdict was given out, I pretty much was saying, "Where the heck's Barnum?" What, did everyone forget Barnum? And it would have been funny if they would have left it with, "I think we forgot about someone," or something. But then it also would have been kind of funny if they would have discovered Barnum, only to, like, let him out of jail and then be told what happened and his reactions to the entire thing, because it's like, how would you feel if you pretty much were told that you were living a lie and everything around you was not exactly real? That's pretty much what I wish they would have added, since Barnum was just out of the entire last portion of the game. But well. And although I will say that I did enjoy this, I enjoyed it a lot more than Dual Destinies, if you can tell, because that one took me from like October last year until May of this year, plus the DLC, which took another, what, 2-3 months to complete. So this, however, took me pretty much a little over 3 months, because started back in September, and ended, hopefully by the 31st. I'm hoping to have, first part, 83 up, on today, or today being the 30th, and, then today being 31st, I should say.
You know, Professor, I feel like I've just finished reading a really long story.
Indeed, Luke. I know what you mean. It certainly was an enthralling adventure.
I wonder how Espella and the others back in Labyrinthia are getting on. I'd love to go back and see them. Although, I'd rather not have to be sucked into a book to get there.
Perhaps we should ask Carmine to come along with us.
Great! It's a real relief he recovered from all of his injuries. But he was a bit put out when he found out you'd already solved all the town's secrets, Professor.
Well, we mustn't forget that we didn't solve them all by ourselves. We couldn't have done it without the help of our friends across the Atlantic.
I wonder what they're doing right now. Battling away in a courtroom somewhere?
I'd wager they may well be, Luke. At any rate, we must make our own preparations. There's a brand new case that requires our attention. And that means a brand new set of puzzles to be solved, my boy.
Hold it! What's the matter, Wright? Has the cat got your tongue?
The heck you hijacking this story?
Are you still in a holiday kind of mood? Perhaps your mind is as clouded as the English sky.
Any hints, Maya?
Not really. If only the professor were here. I think at this point you've got to use that patented spell of yours, Nick.
Patented spell?
Hello, Earth to Nick. Just when we think it's all over, you always use it to turn the tables.
Ah, got it. I just have to close my eyes and say the magic word. Luckily, I don't need a witch's scepter for this one.
Save the chit-chat for later, right?
Wow, that's sinking.
I've almost missed that utterly annoying spell of yours. Fine, let's hear it then.
Just take a deep breath and give it all you've got.
Well, here goes. Objection!
Hey, I was supposed to yell that. Okay, so they... Now, whenever I saw Edgeworth at first, I was like, what the heck's he doing here? But, there were problems with him, if you notice. The syncing of his lips with his voice, for one, and for two, they used the same voice actor as... what, Barnum? It sounded like Barnum. Now, the only thing I can say is I can forgive the voice acting because he only made an appearance of what? Less than 10 lines? Maybe a little more than that. Maybe like less than 15, actually. I wasn't counting. But either way, since he was only doing less than 15 lines, they were not going to pay someone to pay someone for just a few lines. Also, Edgeworth saying something like, as clear as the English skies, when he dresses up like he's someone from England, in my opinion, still with his clavat, I think it's called, or whatever. But, yeah, in all, I did enjoy the game. I think I enjoyed it more than, Dual Destinies. Dual Destinies, there were some things that seemed like it dragged on. But then again, most of the Phoenix, well, all the Phoenix Wright games have, different stories and stuff. Just like how, almost everyone's least favorite trial in the Phoenix Wright games happens to be the Big Top, turnabout. The one where you're, like, I forget who you're defending, but you have to, like, it's centered around a circus attraction or whatever, and that one is one that I really hate. I hate it more than Trial 5 in the first game, which, part of me still wishes I would want to finish it, but at the same time, I really, really, really do not want to go back to that trial, because that trial just drags on forever, and I just don't like that trial because it does not pick up, in my opinion, until the final trial day. Yeah, so I probably will not finish that. I will be playing Phoenix Wright. I'm probably gonna take a break for the rest of this week as far as Phoenix Wright goes. But starting next week, I'm gonna try to get back into it and start doing some online trials, which I think someone tried. I remember someone leaving a comment for one of my videos, I forget what, and they said, there's more trials than that featured page, and I didn't answer them back, but I do remember saying, or I thought I commented someone saying that I noticed that there was a lot of trials. There's like, looks like there's in the hundreds or something now. Some could be flops, and the featured ones could be kind of like the best ones that they got. However, I will probably, if anyone knows any trials that aren't flops, that aren't on the featured page, I will probably do those. I know someone already gave me one that I might do next, which is why I'm going to hold off until next week, because it's supposed to be like one of the hardest trials on that site, and so it's going to be a little rageful, I would say, so that's going to be fun. But, other than that, I know, as of right now, a lot of people have been voting for the Vita capture device thing, and for between Danganronpa 1 and 2, and it looks like Danganronpa 2 is winning by a landslide, and a lot of people have actually been saying that they want, like, the second one is even better than the first one, and whenever I play the first one, first one, I believe I took a week off of recording because of how into the first one I was, and I wanted to beat it right then and there, like, as fast as possible, because I was really wrapped up into the story, and I really, really enjoyed it and stuff. I mean, some of the things I could kind of figure out, I won't spoil it for those that haven't seen or played the game, but I really did enjoy it, and so it makes me wonder how the second one is even better, because the first one I was actually really enjoying. And I think I talked enough to make the credits be over, but there's a little more left that I will show you all. But otherwise, yeah, I think I enjoyed this game more than I did Dual Destinies. However, Dual Destinies had its own things, such as it did bring back the Cyclops that haven't done in forever. And it also had it had some other things like the whole Athena's stuff in it too. Let's see now. And with that, the Great Witch Bezella. The Great Witch Bezella was a fictional character created by the storyteller to protect the young Espella from trauma. This spawned the many mysteries that followed. They no longer need Bezella, nor the witches or witchcraft that were essential for her existence. And so wraps up the story. Also, credibility gives you a lot more points in this trial. And I just got over 4,550. Isn't that nice? Yes, I cleared it! Again. I don't need to, but I kind of want to, just to see how long I took. I think I took a little longer now because I did that one screw up, but it shouldn't have been more than like 5 minutes. Yeah, because I want to experience that ending again. Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, what's my final game time? Last time it was 46 hours and 15 minutes. This time it is... Yeah, I freaking ran over 15 minutes. How does that happen when... Probably because of explaining some stuff that I saw last time or whatever too in there, such as Luke not being in that one cutscene. But here is the courthouse that isn't outside. See, they did change the title screen. But as for stuff, we got extra content, which is downloadable content that's free, I believe. I think there's 12 different episodes with one puzzle in each of them. But I'm not going to do that for the channel. If you really want to do it, you can pick it up or find someone else that does it, because I'm just here for... I think I'm done with this for the most part. However, go to my game cleared file, and we got art, movies, music, and voices. The art, I will not be reading all of this, but you all can. By just pausing the video or something. But yeah, there's 20. We got the English courtroom lobby, Main Street, a mural depicting the Bezella, which actually doesn't quite... That's one thing that makes me wonder. Why is there a mural here? Did the storyteller create this too for the story? Because it seems kind of odd that this was placed here when Bezella isn't even real or anything. The Great Archive, the Audience Room, Forest of the Lost Way, the Underground Ruins, the Stone Altar, the Tavern, the Special Court, which is what you see at the title screen whenever you're in the middle of the epilogue, the Road to the Storyteller's Tower, the Girl Carrying a Book, Light and Darkness, Grey Earl and Belduke, the Ruler of Labyrinthia being between Storyteller, Darklaw, and Barnum in his helmet, the First Story, Cannabellas, And finally, a new beginning. Okay, and then we got movies, which I'm not gonna play them all because we've seen them all, but like how that they're all animated too, and we got a few, just not over 2 pages worth, but there's quite a few of them, so cool. For music, got a lot of different music. There's like I think there's 68. And even though it looks like it ends right there, no, this is like Layton's side. Then we got Labyrinthia's side. And then we have Phoenix's English courthouse side with... I still love this music. This brings a little chill to me because I just love the old courtroom testimony songs. Just wish Mr. Smiles was not the one that did the moderato, but then we have, what is it? Is it? No. Yeah. And then we got the Allegro, which, don't ask me why Edgeworth is on there. It looks, this looks like it's even custom made just for this box, because I don't remember Edgeworth being, with Phoenix during it, but, that's fine. Either way, probably my favorite song, in the first game at least. I don't know about the entire series, but it's really my favorite testimony song out of all the games. And then we'll end it with Cornered, which I think this would... I would technically say this is probably my favorite song in the entire Phoenix Wright series, because it just has that you're going down now, you've been caught and you're screwed over. But anyways, yeah, with that, I really hope you all enjoy the series. Again, I'm going to start doing some custom trials that's on the Phoenix Wright Online website, and I think eventually down the line I will return to the trilogy, play a little bit of that, and then also play some Miles Edgeworth Investigation 2. And I've never played the second one either, because it was only in Japanese, but I think as of like a year or so ago, they came out with the second one that was English translated, so I will eventually want to play that one, because never have played that one, and do not know what exactly happens in it. I've seen like some wiki pages on it, but by now I don't remember anything about it except that a few people have asked me could I play that. So yeah, but I don't want to just go out of order, because I haven't, like, it's been a while since I've played all of the Phoenix Wright games, so don't want to go out of order, because then that would ruin some of the fun in some of the past games. So pretty much, more than likely, the next real Phoenix Wright game I will play will be Phoenix Wright, what is the second one called? I know the third one's called Trials and Tribulations, but I forget the second one. I just know the third one is, like, in my opinion, one of the best in the series, but, yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now and, stop the recording. It is now just about turning 3 o'clock, so perfect time.